What's up, everybody? I'm the complaint department.
I'm Dark Chocolate.
And I'm just Mary.
And we are
Murked in the Midwest.
I was shaking that ass.
I was making
Hey. I can twerk when I'm sitting down.
Exactly. Everybody got a little booty meat.
I feel like you can and you just probably think about it too much.
I
Probably.
think you
Very self-conscious.
Yeah, so just relax.
I can't. I be like, I like do the whole movement, and then as soon as I get there, I go instantina.
So you can just twerk without having to do any of that. You can just stand and shake your ass like.
I don't know these little cheeks. This bitch.
Yeah, you just So what you're doing?
I'm such an awkward person, and so whenever, like, if I'm not thinking about it, so like if a song comes on and it just hits me, and I'm like,
you can feel it moving and it's going.
But then as soon as I realize that I'm doing it, or somebody else points out and be like, "Hey," I'm like, "Ah, shit." What do I do? Like all coordination goes out.
Goes right out the. Oh, that.
Alright, welcome back to Murked in the Midwest. This is a podcast where we do what we want. If you can't tell, we've changed our setup just because we felt like it.
Yep.
Because we can do that.
Because we're grown.
We veer off topic.
We sure
We have
do.
side conversation.
Because it is friends having conversation.
We actually friends outside of the podcast.
Yes.
Y'all be hanging around people y'all don't like in real
Ooh,
life.
yeah. You might want to work on that.
And so we laugh. We make sure that we give you the information, but we give it in the way that we feel like it's going to be best received. If you're looking for something that is straightforward, that doesn't have as much side talk, we completely understand. But this is not the podcast for you, so please exit stage left.
That way.
And for all the people that are here and love us, we love you too.
Yes,
And
we love you guys.
Right back into the episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So today, our case takes place in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois metropolitan area. Okay. For those who are not familiar with it, if you are not an Illinoisan or from the region and area, it is referred to as the Twin Cities or Shambana, which I did not have never heard.
I ain't never heard of no shit
I
like
never heard. That's what it said on Wikipedia. I'm like, I ain't never heard nobody call it that. But if y'all from there or know of, have been to school there, and it was that, then tell us.
Tell us. Let us know.
Yeah.
I've heard it called Twin Cities before. I've heard that.
I heard
Twin
Twin Cities, but I mostly just hear Champaign.
Or like they'll say the sister cities. I've heard that said before.
I've heard people like. I think I'm more often though I hear Champagne like they just leave the Urbana off.
Yeah,
Because
like, Urbana is small in comparison to it. So just for again, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background because, as we like to say, I am the map. Okay,
yeah, I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Okay, so when you are talking about Champaign, it is in the central part of Illinois. You are going to be in what is considered a college town because you have the University of Illinois in Champaign there. Also, you have the University of the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, and then the University Systems is also there. And their schools are really actually pretty freaking awesome. They have engineering, they have agriculture, and they have a lot of studies in solar power. They have a lot of farming degrees, just everything you could really think about as far as school, they have it there. The area is populated, and as far as the 2022 census, they had 236,514 people.
Ooh.
So it's pretty populated.
It's a big town.
It is considered on the U.S. Census. It said that it was of the top 200 largest cities in the United States.
Oh, okay.
That area. Also, when you are in this area, you are going to be very close to the Danville area. Danville is another very populated metropolitan area in Illinois. As far as, because we are Indianians, if you are
I'm so glad you said Indianians and not Indianimals, because I was gonna say I ain't no Indianimal. That's
Indianians. No, that's different people. But because we are, and if we're talking about Indiana in comparison to this, if you go down to Terre Haute and then you just travel west, you'll run right into it. Highways that are going to run through Urbana and Champaign are I-74 and I-57. So if you ever want to travel there, it is a beautiful place. They have cute little downtown areas. They have antique shops, and it's a true downtown, like old school brick roads, buildings. A really cute, super fun place to be. And then they have some museums. They have an arboretum that you can walk through. They have just a bunch of stuff. Okay. And then as far as, because I did talk a lot about Champaign, then Urbana is pretty much like a smaller city. They have a shopping mall, and then the school is actually located pretty much right smack dab in the middle between the two cities.
Okay.
All right. So you know where we are at, and now we're going to get into the story. So on June 9th, 2017, we have a kidnapping that happens. We have a young lady was traveling. Her name was Yingying Zan. She was traveling in the Champaign-Urbana metropolitan area. She was taking a bus in Urbana, and it was to go to an off-campus complex for an apartment. She was working to get a new apartment, so she was going to meet with the manager to sign a lease. She was leasing this apartment because she was new in the area. As of like April, she had come into the United States. She was actually from China, and she had come to the United States leasing an apartment and going to school in Urbana or in Champaign. So she had an appointment at 2:10, and she was running late. She was messaging the leasing agent at around like 1:40 that she was running late because she had missed her bus that she was supposed to catch. She was on one bus and had to transfer to another bus. Okay. So in that transfer, she missed it, and what happened was when she got off of the bus, I guess the way that it works is you have, if she got off on this side of the road, she needed to get to the other side of the road where the bus was coming. She was trying to wave down the bus, but because she wasn't on the right side of the road, they didn't stop. Mm-hmm. And it was because they said they have a rule down there that they don't stop for pedestrians if they're not on the right side of the road, because it can cause more accidents because people are trying to run across if they stop. Mm-hmm. So getting into direct traffic. So the bus kept going. And of course, being that she was not familiar with the area, she's new to the United States just in general, she was a little upset, visibly upset, and she went down a little further to a bus stop to just, wait and catch for the next bus. As she was standing there, this was just right down the street, the corner of Goodwin Avenue and West Clark Street, which is directly in front of their PBS station. So they have like a public radio service station. She's standing there waiting, upset. Car can be seen. This is later in the surveillance, passing her. It comes back around and she stops and it stops, rolls down the window, and she speaks with the driver. And after about a minute of conversation, she gets back in, or gets in the car with them. And that is the last time that anyone ever saw her. Okay. So let's get on into who she was. Like I said, her name was Yingying Zan. She was born December 21st, 1998. And
not a Sag. What comes to Cap?
Wait, she's not a Sag?
Wait, she was born when?
December 21st. When does it change?
That's Capricorn.
That's Capricorn?
Yeah.
When does it change?
Let's see. Let's do our Google.
Because I thought it was the 23rd.
Oh, I don't know exactly what day. I just know Sag is, the first half of December.
Okay.
No, you still a Sag. That's November 22nd to December 21st.
Oh,
so she the last. She a cuss.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes, we like astrology.
We do. But she was born in and y'all, watch me with these names. Guess who practiced, okay? Nanping, Fujian Province, in China is where she was born. She was born to Rango Zan and Lang. Oh man, okay. Life Yingying.
You tried.
I did pretty good though, because I did like photos.
You get A for effort.
Yes.
Claps for dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate in the house. She grew up in a proud, motivating, and loving home. Her parents were super supportive and there for her. And she had a younger brother. His name was Yingying. And she was, I think, from having such a loving, supportive, and motivating family, was a super ambitious young woman. She actually, before she came to the United States, and this is a long list, so just bear with me here. Okay. She played in the the school band at her high school. She was at the head of her class in her undergraduate school. She graduated with a master's degree from the Peking University. And she was a visiting scholar at the Chinese Academy of Science. And this is all before she came to the United States.
That girl was smart.
She was smart, okay? Her ambitions were she wanted to be an actual professor in China. So she wanted to teach and educate. But she came to the U.S. in April of 2017. And she was researching photosynthesis and crop production at the College of Agriculture, Consumer, and Environmental Science at the University of Illinois. She, like I said, wanted to be a professor one day, but she was pursuing her goal from being here was to pursue a PhD. So girl was super heavy, yes, on her way doing amazing things. And also she was planning to marry her boyfriend. No, they were supposed to be getting married in October 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So we'll get on into the search for her.
Bastard.
Right? So the University of Illinois Police Department and Urbana Police Department worked together trying to get to the bottom of where she was. After working for a little bit, they called in FBI and searched for her because they just wanted to. At this point, they know that she got into someone's car. They know the last time they saw her was at about 2:00 on the corner of Goodwin, and she was waiting at a bus stop. They know that she was alive getting in this car, right? So at this point, they're like, she had to have gone somewhere. They know that her family at this point is concerned because they haven't heard from her. They know that she was going to sign a lease for an apartment, and they're like, what's up? So,
do you know how long it was before they actually started searching?
This I do not know. I know that, let's see here. The search went on for, she was lost on the 9th, the 16th. So the search went on for roughly 5-6 days. So I'm not sure if they got right on it, but I know as soon as what was stated was when the parents had not heard from her, then calls were made. And amazingly enough, they're in China. Because remember, she's from China.
Yeah, she was
so they're getting a hold of the authorities of, she is missing, where is she at? Okay. And so the FBI was involved because they wanted to see if they could get to the bottom of where she was. Once they realized, like, okay, she is actually missing, a reward was offered of $10,000 leading to the information to get her location of where she was. And it was, the university has a very large population of Chinese students. So I think that probably helped as well, because we are talking about an ethnic person, and, they help coordinate the searching and like helping get people involved to actually go look. So with this large population of students that are helping coordinate, Zan's father and her mom came over from China because they're like, where is my daughter at? Y'all ain't, like, it's days, this is not her behavior. Also to her paternal aunt, so her dad's sister was here. And then her boyfriend arrived in Champaign on the 17th to help authorities search for her. So, with the help of Crime Stoppers, they upped the ante on the cost of the search. And they had a search that went pretty much the whole like downtown area where they were at. And then because they had surveillance cameras, they were able to see the car that she got into. They saw that it was a Saturn, and I have never heard of this kind of Saturn. It was a Saturn Aris, a Saturn.
Right here, right now. That's what we on.
It was a Saturn Aris, which I've never heard of that.
Somewhere else.
I've never heard of that car. And I had a Saturn. I had a Saturn SLE. Remember them little ones?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm not a car person. So
me either. But that's the kind of car that she got into. They weren't able to see the license plate on the vehicle, but they did see that there was like a sticker. So they like went and they were using that to help. But anyway, so in those efforts, they were able to up the ante on the from the $10,000, they made it to $40,000 to help find her. And there were some tips that did come in. Let's see, I think it was like the 16th, they had someone say that they thought they saw her in Salem, Illinois. And so her family actually went there because, you know, they were stretched kind of thin.
Yeah.
Even with a lot of people helping, they went and they were looking into leads of who was it possible that they saw, but it was another woman. It was not her. And so they just kept going with that. But let's get back to this car. So what they had to go on was the car that they saw that she got into, which was this Saturn, and it's called an Astra, not a whatever the hell I said before. But they couldn't see the license plate, but they did see a sticker. And so what they did was they pulled what they could find, and they found that a car with that description that had that identifying sticker was registered to a Brendt Allen Christensen.
That rat bastard.
That rat bastard.
Fucking asshole.
Right? And so with it, they were able to see that he was a resident of Champaign. He actually himself had been there for a while. He was a student. And so Brendan Allen Christian was born June 30th, 1989. He was a former, you know what, so here, we're not going to do this. We're not going to even talk about them like that. Don't do them like that.
Said no. I just said he was a Cancer.
I could just see that face and I wasn't even looking that way. Because I will say, my nephew is Cancer. And he is the most kind, compassionate.
Oh, they're lovely people. Very fabulous.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Y'all know how it's a fire sign. Y'all know how I feel about water signs. They're good. They're good as friends. Good, nice people.
They're nice people. Yes,
very
they are.
nice, very sweet. We're gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Not that I almost ended up on first 48.
We're gonna end it at that.
But this one, he was a little different. I think we're gonna kick him out of the Cancer group though. But anyways, he was a former PhD student at the University of Illinois. He actually graduated with his undergrad from the University of Wisconsin in Madison in 2013. And his degrees were in math and physics. And he also graduated with a master's in physics from the University of Illinois. So we're dealing with a whole bunch of educated people here.
Okay. Like all smarticles.
All of them. And so he had just graduated in May. He was actually married, and he married pretty young in my opinion, because he was married in March 2011. So
wait, he was born June 30th, what?
June 30th, 1989, and he got married literally at like what, 21? 21. That's pretty young.
Well,
I was married at 23, so
yeah, I was 23.
Now look at
Y'all
us.
had a few years though.
Mm-hmm.
He had.
I mean, but it obviously didn't make too much of a difference.
Did he have enough time to even see what alcohol was like before he like?
Maybe he wasn't a drinker.
Girl, please. I'm gonna tell you. He was.
When I turned 21, I wasn't like, oh, I gotta have drinks.
Here, well, maybe.
I had enough by then.
Oh,
Maybe he should have had some. Because when I get into this, y'all gonna be like, oh, he should have had some drinks. Okay. Anyway, so he was married in 2011, and
that's 2011.
and then at the time of this situation where they are now investigating him, he and his wife had gotten to the point that their relationship was an open marriage. Okay.
Live your best life.
He had a girlfriend, and on this specific weekend, when all this, car driving and all things came around, his wife was actually out of town with her boo.
With her rounds.
Stuck with her rounds in Wisconsin.
Literally.
Yeah.
She was like,
said, you got a girlfriend?
competition.
I'm going on vacation.
All right, babe.
Yeah, she said, I got this.
You got it. You got a big dog.
So that is who he is. And so when they figured out what the car was, they came to his house. They're like, dick, 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 dick. They're like, hey, Brent, how are you doing today? And
I'm doing mighty fine.
okay, and were you out, driving your very unusual Saturn?
I might have been.
No. Nope, that wasn't the answer. He said, no, officer. I was at home all day playing video games.
Oh, what video games?
All he did was play video games because he was left alone by his wife because she was out of town.
But he had a girlfriend.
But now his girlfriend was busy and she couldn't hang out. So he was just like all to himself.
So he didn't get another one?
Mm-mm.
Since we got the relationship.
It's open.
Since we got the relationship all open and whatnot.
All he did was play video games, guys.
I wonder what video games he played.
Well, he couldn't remember
gives me,
exactly.
Call of Duty vibes.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with Call of Duty.
Nothing wrong with it.
So on this, because he was so adamant about all he did was play video games, they were like, well, you have this car and you have the sticker, and we saw that in the window on the surveillance of what we're looking for. Have you seen any Asian women or picked up any Asian women? No, because I've been playing video games.
Asian? There are Asian women?
Yeah.
Asian women here? Well, I wouldn't know, because I don't leave this house.
I know I play video games, officer. So they're like, well, do you mind if we search your car? You go right ahead. Go. It's right over here. Go look at it.
Do your big one.
Go look at it. Okay, so they go look at the car. They
funny if they went to go look at the car and they're like, well, can you unlock it? He's like, no. No.
So they inspect the car. They don't see anything damning or anything like that, and they do see that it is basically the car that they saw, and they can't say for certain because they couldn't make out the license plate on the video, but the sticker is where it was on the video. The car looks like the car.
Can have a sticker.
Right.
It's a sticker that says, my name is Brendan and I love video games. Anybody could have it. It could have been anybody's car.
It was actually a parking permit sticker.
So it literally could be anybody's.
But they know that car, there's only so many of them, and there's only so many of them that have that register sticker.
Maybe.
Somebody peeled the sticker off and put it on them. Okay, all right.
Maybe that's where he messed up. Is that he just took the sticker?
It had to be a bit. Well, like you said, it was a parking sticker, but they were solely focused on the details of that parking sticker. So I'm just like, it's an interesting ass parking sticker.
I just feel like
no, go.
Saturn is a common car, even if it's a different type of Saturn.
Well,
anybody can have a parking sticker.
I'm going to just say this Astra, I really want to look it up because I ain't never heard of it.
Let's take a look.
Take a look at it and see what it's like, because I remember the Saturns. They had,
He said
one that was
a Saturn Astra.
Yeah. They had the View, which was a very common one. You saw those all over. Those like the SUVs. They had the SLE, and they had
like a little station wagon almost.
Didn't nobody have that car?
Like a little station wagon.
Ain't nobody had that.
I've seen those cars.
Oh, okay.
A lot of those.
Okay.
Yeah, they had those.
They
in 2011 too.
Well,
it's like an SUV kind of.
It's like a crossover, maybe.
Crossover.
Yeah.
But they were saying what was registered in Champaign, there were very few of them, and there were only a couple that were registered and had that registered sticker. So that's how they narrowed it down to him.
I just feel like they was trying to comfort this guy. No, I'm just playing. I'm being that person.
That's fine. Okay, so anyway, he was at home, remember y'all, playing video games, sleeping, eating at home.
Being a wholesome man.
Being a wholesome man. So the investigators, they're like, but sir, we reviewed this footage and we saw that the car had a sunroof just like your car.
A sunroof. That's not even a sunroof. That's a window on my ceiling.
It had a crack in the hubcap like your car got a crack in the hubcap.
Damn.
And also, they saw that, let's see. So they had the crack in the hubcap, they had the sunroof, they had the sticker. And so they concluded by basically those things, those identifying marks. This is the car we saw.
Y'all can see all that, but y'all couldn't see my plates.
It might have been how it passed on the road from where the camera was.
But y'all can see this crack in my hubcap.
Because it probably was on the side that the camera was on.
Y'all couldn't see no crack in my hubcap.
Yeah.
Y'all came to my house and saw the crack in my hubcap and added that to y'all report.
Okay. So then, after they had gotten, that they had really identified the car, they had identified who they believed.
And they're like, it was you.
But, remember, he was at home playing video games to sleep, right?
He has an alibi.
So, that is his alibi. He himself.
It's a terrible one.
He himself is his alibi.
I was driving around.
And also, my girl, I take long rides all the time.
It couldn't have been me, officer, because I was driving along.
Do what I always do.
I do it all the time.
So anyway,
I gotta start lying better.
he had this. This lovely explanation, and now they had what they felt like was definitive proof. So then they get a warrant to actually really do an investigation into this vehicle. Okay. So the FBI get this warrant, a search warrant for the car. They get it towed and secured at the department, Champaign Police Department. And on the 18th, they go into it. So they're looking through their car, and what it appeared to be was the car appeared to have been cleaned extremely diligently. They also saw that it indicated that it was like in the effort to conceal and destroy evidence. Now, I wonder what they mean by that.
Yeah,
like, did they have?
So it wasn't like I took my car to get detailed.
It was like in a way that they said was like to conceal or destroy. So was there pieces of carpet that were cut out, or what? Like, it doesn't say what that was. And
Speaking of detailing, our business of appreciation segment.
Right in the middle.
You're right in the middle.
Boom. Commercial. We here for the commercial.
Commercial.
If you are needing your car detailed, whether it's a sedan, SUV, pickup truck, whatever the case may be, hit up Houdini Auto Detailing. The details will be in the link. So if you need help getting pet hair, blood,
sand,
all of that. Please just hit him up. He's a mobile detailer, and so he comes to you. So yeah, we'll have all the details in the link below, so you can support another
book my
small
appointment
business.
because it's sand and glitter all in my car.
Oh my god, yeah. Lots of sand.
But back to our regularly scheduled program.
Right, back to the story. Okay, so they get in there and they're looking. They see this. So then after that, they pull him in for questioning again. Now, if y'all have a moment and you want to get into it, because I am that type of cuckoo, I'm like, I just wonder what I can find. So I'm like looking, and I go on YouTube, and lo and behold, this FBI interrogation is on there, the whole footage. And I'm like,
fucking no.
Girl, baby. And I'm sitting here like, with my popcorn, like, this lying motherfucker.
I got shit to do.
Liar. Plans for hire. It's pants on fire.
My pants is on fire for real, y'all. It was a watch, if it was nothing else. So they pull him in, and this is on, what day did he go in to be questioned? On the 15th. And they pull him in for questioning. And he sits down with them. It's at 12 o'clock midnight. It's not like they brought him in at lunchtime.
So it's not like they were like, oh, it's
Yeah,
1
just
o'clock.
come on.
We just want to ask you a few questions.
No.
It's like, nah.
Everybody went home.
It was you.
Let's have a chat.
We need to have this talk right here, right now. Midnight.
And when I tell you, I really like the FBI detectives that were investigating him because I like their energy. And when I say I like their energy, I like the way that they were questioning him and really trying to put him at ease. So they come in the room, y'all. Let me set it up. We in the room. He's sitting down like this, right? The one comes in, he pulls his chair out and he's like messing with it. And he's like, oh man, these wheels, at least got to get a chair that's working, right? He pulls it out. Then the other detective brings him another chair. Like they're doing this good cop, bad cop thing so good. Like they just really there for a conversation, but it's midnight.
It's midnight. So.
It's after me.
Okay. So they get in, they're talking to, I really hate when my chair doesn't work. And, you can have your attorney here with you if you want. Like, they're really doing all they can to set him at ease just because they want him to answer their questions, right? Mm-hmm. And so they are talking to him and they're like, we're just going to read you these rights that you have. But you are free to leave at any time that you want in this conversation.
I want you to know.
Right.
Anything that you say can be.
That right there reminds me of a particular job that I had in a certain field. If you know me, then you know. But we basically interrogated people. So I'm still certified, baby. So when we get to ask some questions, I'm interrogating your ass. No, but
first of all, I just want to say if I'm asking you a question, I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Hello.
And you're trained to learn body language, so we already know what you own when you enter the room. So it's like if you sitting here like this. If you sit here with your legs crossed, your body pointing towards the door, we already know you defensive. You gonna start
my
fighting.
body language say?
You just chilling right now.
It was mine.
You just real chill right now. You just y'all laid back, y'all relaxed. You good. She said, "Look at my titties."
What's this saying?
But yeah, so it's just like you like that. That right there when you doing a good cop bad cop thing, it's trying to put you at ease, but it's also I'm trying to get that rapport from you. So like when I would have to go in and interrogate people, I always come off as I'm your home girl. Like I'm here for you, baby. Like this is me and you against the problem.
Against the world.
But then you have to take a step back from that and be able to flip the script. So it's like now they feel like, oh yeah, I got her buy-in. I'm cool. She made me feel comfortable. She a kiki with me, and then it's boom, flip the story. So tell me about the first time you stole X amount of dollars from this. And it's just like it's like you get gagged almost. Like you just like, yeah, girl, a kiki, yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's sweet, cool. Let me tell you about this.
So what, baby? It was $100,000 missing. You want to talk to me about that? And you just like, this bitch. And every time, like it's just like they like, oh, we friends. And then it's like once I got you cozy, I got you right where I want you, and then you be like, oh fuck,
I'm fucked.
Fuck.
Now you gotta think your lies, because now you ain't had time to get your lies together.
Because you're a liar.
Pants on fire. Yes. So they get in here, they're asking him these questions, and they go back to the actual day, and they're like, look, so you on the 9th, what were you doing?
Playing video games.
Oh, okay, you were playing video games, and
he said he was scratching his balls and playing video games.
And they start asking like, so what about your wife and who else has keys to the car? And he's like, well, me and my wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, do you have any other cars? And he's like, oh, I got a Camaro. And he's like, well, whose car is that mostly?
They got money.
This is a master's degree physics educated, and his wife is educated, and she has a job. Now he says, this is what he says.
We all working, baby.
He is playing video games. He's been working on getting a new job because he just graduated. In May he just graduated. So he's been, working so hard, filling out these applications.
But how would you
he did a phone
if he was playing video games all day?
Girl, but he was at home.
But he said he was playing video games all day.
Well, the story just keeps changing. I told you he was a liar.
Okay. But
He lied a lot.
Okay, so
He lied like a rug.
Evidently.
Okay, so I'm looking for a job.
I'm looking for a job. And I didn't leave the house on Friday.
Yeah, no, Friday?
No, I was at home.
No, that day I was at home.
For sure, it was at home. And they're like, okay, so, you got this Camaro, and whose car is that? Is that mainly yours, or is that your wife's? Whose car is that? Well, it's mainly mine, and I usually just drive that around on my regular days, but if I ever have to run errands, then that's when I drive the Saturn, because then they got more space to put stuff in,
Like people.
Oh, no, not people. What people? What people are you talking about?
Asian people?
No, because I was at home. Okay, so I was at home on the day. So then they're like, well, look, we're going to stop shooting shit because they ain't got cozy. He really think that they just buddy
like besties for the resties.
And they're like, look, it's midnight.
We tired. You tired.
We didn't call you in here just, like, what do you really think that we called you in here for? Because we've already talked about and discussed and hit all these points when we talked to you the first time. Yep. And that we got a warrant and we got your car
y'all
here.
Y'all just wanted to talk to me about the car.
Because the car is so unique, right, officer? And they're like, no. They're like,
about that car.
A station wagon crossover. So interesting.
And they've talked to him about his intelligence already because the one detective was like, so, you have these degrees. And I'm like, you're smarter than me.
That don't mean that you common sense smart.
So they're like, so you know that we didn't call you in here just to talk about the uniqueness of your car.
Oh, wait, so y'all want to talk about physics?
We want to talk about this camera that we have that shows your car specifically.
My car.
Yeah, the one with the cracked hubcap and the sunroof and the sticker on it.
Okay. The diamond in the back.
The
sunroof top.
Yes, sunroof. Okay. That you have already told us now is a very unique car, and you don't even really see it.
It's a very unique car. Not many people have it.
Okay. Interesting. And we saw you driving it. You saw me driving it?
When?
No, because y'all said y'all had video of it, and y'all said y'all couldn't make out. And this is what was my favorite. I was like, get him. He was like, we didn't show all of the video.
Got him.
And he like, girl, when I tell you the demeanor of his whole body shifted, when he was sitting there like with his arms on the damn table, cool. And he was like,
his heart dropped.
He got so stiff, he stopped moving and he like kind of sat back like.
He sunk into.
And I was like, got him. They were like, we saw.
Ladies. Be a fucking lady.
We saw you driving. We saw your arms. We saw the side profile of your face.
You should have went my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. He done had tinted windows and he got all this money. You out here fish bowling?
Baby.
Damn.
So anyways, and they were like, and we saw, and they mapped out for him exactly where he drove because they had, there's multiple cameras at different stores. They had cameras from delivery trucks that had, so like figure like an Amazon truck and picked up a picture of him over there. So they mapped out where this man been all around.
First off, you went here.
Girl, when I tell you he got, and then he just sat back in the chair, arms on the table, just
man, he like, God damn. Man,
girl,
they didn't want to just know about my car.
Damn.
When I tell you, you can hear him almost crying in this. When I tell you, it was the best shit I watched. Our co-stars are acting up.
They are clowning, y'all. Off camera.
But anyway, so when I tell you, he had like a little bit of a whimper in his voice. A whimper of like, oh my God, I got caught. And he was like, well, he was like, they were like, so why did you tell us that you were playing video games if you were out driving? And he's like, well, I thought that I was out driving on Saturday. And they were like,
sometimes I get my days mixed up.
As a person who works third shift, I never know what day it is.
That's fine. But if police come to your house saying, did you happen to be out driving and pick up an Asian woman?
I'm sorry, if the police ask me anything, the answer is no. I don't care if I did it or not. No.
But listen, this is their point, and I'm like, got him again.
Got him.
Because if we ask you, were you out driving on Friday and picked up an Asian woman and you don't think it was Friday, but you think it was Saturday, don't you think that you should say, you know what? No, that didn't happen on Friday. It happened on Saturday.
No. Because then y'all gonna know I took the Asian woman.
No, we know you took the Asian woman.
No.
So anyways, they're getting through this whole little interrogation and he crying. They got him. They done nailed his ass. And so they go beyond. They go even further. They tap his cell phone. They actually let him leave because he at this point was not under arrest. But they tap his cell phone. They get a hold of the girl that he was dating, not his wife.
The girlfriend.
The side bitch.
The side bitch.
She wasn't a side.
Well, oh yeah, you did.
No, because she was involved in open marriage and they was allowed.
So she wasn't no side piece. Side piece is secretive.
This is polyamorous or whatever, right?
Forgot
is
about
that what it's called?
part.
Yeah. So it's polyamorous.
Polygamous.
But she wasn't one that was 10 toes down. She was like, I got one toe down and foot up.
Yeah.
Because she was like, let me put this wire on. She was like, let me put this wire on because my name's Bennett and I'm not motherfucking in it.
I am not getting incriminated in this shit. I will not be your accessory.
That's when the men come in and be like, see, that's why you can't trust these females.
Yeah. Ooh. So anyway, she get the little piece on.
You want to put it right here?
Yes. They start surveilling him and seeing where he's driving. And the girlfriend is the one that came through. She get the thing on, and he's talking, and I mean, he is talking, and I need this.
Singing he's singing like them dudes on First 48 when you put a McDonald's meal in front of them. Baby, they about to tell you who all was involved.
You gonna have to bring me more to McDonald's. I'm good.
And on this wire, now this is your trigger warning. Y'all might need to just stop.
Cut.
Like 5 minutes, okay?
Trigger. 5.
Yes. And so I want to know what kind of relationship these two had because this is really weird.
I said 5.
Like that.
You've been warned.
Yes, you've been warned, and it's a lot of stuff. But I don't know what kind of relationship these two weirdos had, but it's reminding me of that Kelly Cochran that we cover of the things that they talked about that was really inappropriate to me. Because I'm like, I don't know who I ever dated that would feel like it'd be okay to tell me they murdered somebody.
I am not the ride or die kind of girlfriend.
No, don't you ever.
Things like that. Don't put me in it.
Don't put me in it. I don't need to know it.
Nothing.
Don't tell me shit because I'm telling all of it. I'm telling all of it. Mary, you can sit over there and think about it all day. I'm telling it.
What was the, okay, you murdered somebody. Like, was this self-defense?
That's different.
No.
Was this back in the day? But if you tell me, yeah, I kidnapped a woman and murdered her.
Yes, if you say, for instance, you did some shit, like,
and
you killed somebody, like, I was like 15, 16, I killed somebody. Well, first of all, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Mm-hmm. But don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me shit. Because now I think that you're going to try to kill me.
Hello!
That's what
and that's what I'm telling.
Like, tell me so I can know. So I can go ahead. I can be like, oh, okay. But I'm just in the bed like,
can't even sleep good. I ain't never got a moment of rest since. Shit.
Somebody come touch your shoulder.
Paranoid as hell for the rest of my days.
So this is what he tells the girlfriend again. Trigger warning, this last one. Okay, so he says that he brought Zan back to his apartment against her will. He bragged to the girlfriend that he was a serial killer and that Zan was his 13th victim.
All right.
He said that the investigators were never going to be able to find her or the other victims. And he told her that he mutilated her. So,
and she's sitting there like, y'all picking this up?
Yes, we're working.
Please. Because that's something you tell somebody before you get rid of them.
Right?
Hello. I mean, because if someone was listening, pineapple.
Help me, Houston. Do you copy?
Crazy.
But, and this is where it gets horrible. He raped this woman.
Oh no.
He raped her. He murdered her. And he decapitated her.
Oh, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's enter back in the ex-wife. Well, now his ex-wife. Then still married. She comes back home. And she notices on their mattress that there is a large blood spot that he tries to tell her was from he had a severe nosebleed.
He would have been better saying, I had my girlfriend over and she started her period.
Baby, a
Boy,
nosebleed.
Just a liar.
I'm telling you, he lied so much. I don't think he could even keep track of his damn lies. He lied so much.
All right, so he had a nosebleed of all nosebleeds.
A nosebleed of all nosebleeds on their mattress.
He never got up. He just let it leak.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, my nose is bleeding."
All of just, and then he used the mattress to wipe his nose, and then it started bleeding again, and then
it was fine.
Yeah, yeah. So it gets even worse because they pull a warrant at this point once they have this wire from the girlfriend in the conversation, which was extremely graphic. They get a search warrant for his laptop, his cell phone, and I think they had a family home computer. So they get all of this stuff. And when I tell you the stuff that they found on these computers should have put him in jail forever on its own. He had so many sexual fetish websites that he went to. He had a FetLife account, which I don't even know what that is, but he had one of them.
What is that?
I don't know. He had.
Don't put that in your search history.
Private browser.
Right. He had like actual porn on his phone, which I mean, in all honesty, most people look at porn. That's not abnormal. But when it comes to abuses where
just a fetish.
Social networking website.
BDSM, fetishism, kink. So, fetish.
So he had that.
It says they describe themselves as like Facebook, but run by kinksters like you and me.
Now.
Oh, it's a real place.
Yeah,
oh, it's a real place.
Join.
Oh.
So if you're looking for some kinky goodness, FetLife.
Just don't take
we
it
just
past
gave
that.
them free promo. Don't kill nobody though.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't.
We are not.
Because we will talk about you.
Yes, we will. We're gonna talk about you bad, real bad.
On this week's episode.
Real bad.
And then the other part of their investigation. So once they were talking to the wife, she gets into the fact that, you know, she's been married to him since 2011. She said that he had issues with alcohol abuse. This is why I said he shouldn't have got married first. He should have just went to drinking, seen what drinking was like, and then thought about getting married.
He said we're gonna get serious.
But anyway, so he had alcohol abuse problems, he had emotional abuse problems, and he had seen therapists in the past. And this is the part that just make me like, come on, y'all. So the wife knew he had emotional problems. He went to therapy, right? He went to two separate therapists before this situation happened. And it was in a matter of a month that the situation happened. And he talked about desires of murdering people. Neither one of these counselors alerted anybody.
Whenever you see a therapist, they give you that disclaimer of what we talk about stays between me and you unless you have thoughts of harming yourself or someone else.
Let me tell you.
They should have got the licenses revoked.
So, when we get into the legal proceedings, which we're going to get to in just a second here, we will talk more about it. But I thought it was wild that he could go in there and tell people that he could tell any kind of professional. It could have been a damn nurse for all I care. If you're telling me that you have thoughts of murdering somebody, I'm calling somebody.
But it's the fact that the fact that he felt comfortable enough stating that, but then he felt comfortable enough telling his girlfriend
that he was a damn serial killer.
Oh, Lord.
He's crazy.
His name was Brenton?
Brendt.
Brendt.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's a
his
weird
name.
Okay. So on the 30th of June, he was arrested and charged with kidnapping under Title 18, Chapter 55 of federal law. And according to the law, the kidnapping, which resulted in death of any person, the maximum penalty was either life imprisonment or death. So that's what he was being charged with. Okay. Like I said before, they presented all the evidence they found. The one that was the car with the cracked hub, all the stuff.
The
wire confession, the wife's admission of what she saw on the mattress, and then they of course searched the house and found the mattress with the blood on it.
Did they ever test the blood?
Yes, they did, and guess whose DNA came back on it?
Dun 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 dun.
It was Zen's. Yes, it was. They also had, like I said, the showing of the car, that there was physical evidence that had been looked to be destroyed. And I believe that he did lie about the carpet. Well, he gave an explanation about why the carpet was missing, but no...
Carpet was missing in his car?
No, in his home.
Oh, in his home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So he gave an explanation of why the carpet was missing, but it made no sense to anybody.
Of course, because nothing he says makes sense.
And then when it came in with the information that he had talked to the counselors, and told them that he had desires of killing people, that was also, of course, another damning piece of evidence.
I wonder what his response was to the girlfriend.
I'm sure it was shock and motherfucking awe. Like she recorded me?
You bitch.
You raggedy bitch, I knew I should have killed you.
You raggedy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You betrayed me. I trusted you.
And so...
Well, you shouldn't have.
So, in the indictment, they allege that Christensen willfully and unlawfully seized, confined, inveigled, I don't know what that word means, inveigled, decoyed, kidnapped, abducted, and carried away Zan, and otherwise held her to his own benefit and purpose, used and caused to be used means to facilitate instrumental in interstate commerce. He used his cell phone, cellular phone, and car to commit this crime, and furthermore commence the offense. The offense. He pled not guilty, of course, because he's going to continue lying.
He was playing video games. He didn't go out on Friday. He picked up the Asian woman on Saturday, so it can't be the same Asian woman that y'all talking about. So I'm not guilty of that.
And you know what? He tried to get the recording thrown out. Well, his attorney tried to get the recording thrown out. He used that he had been drinking and he was intoxicated. And his wife confirmed that when he left on that day to go out on his date with his girlfriend, that when he left, he was in an intoxicated state. So it caused him to say things that were not true.
Well, what's that saying? Sober tongue, or a drunk tongue, and sober thoughts.
Yes.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, works the opposite for him. And
I say anything when I'm drunk. I admit to killing 13 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy. I'd never say that if I was sober.
Hell no.
Now this is the part that gets.
You just take to the grave.
This is the last part. He actually posted things on social media.
Y'all get on social media and tell me yourself.
And so, after picking, basically what they came up with, this is how the moral of the story of what they came up with. Because I never did see anything where it said they found this woman's body. They were searching through garbage bags. I mean, they did a whole search for her.
He said they never found her.
They never found her, but what they came up with was, he picked her up on that evening, took her back to his apartment. He choked her, is what they believed, that she was choked to death, raped, stabbed in his bedroom before he drug her to the bathroom. He beat her with a baseball bat because I guess there was DNA that was found on the bat. And then he decapitated her.
He hated this woman.
Really? But I think he just hated people. I think he really wanted to kill people.
What
because he
with
did
the other 12 murders? Did they ever look into that?
I don't. They don't say that. They don't say that they actually, who did you kill? Why did you kill? They don't I don't think they even knew. Like, was this an utterance of him bragging about what he did, or was this him making up shit, trying to scare her, thinking that if he told her about the one that he did, but then added other shit to it, she would be too scared to say anything?
We checking. I don't know.
So, yeah. After deliberating, 12 members of the jury in less than 2 hours returned with a verdict of guilty. He was found guilty on one count of...
Less than 2 hours?
In less than 2 hours.
Shit. Would have found him guilty in the first 5 minutes.
I'm gonna say they found him guilty in the first 5 minutes, and then they had lunch, and then they was like,
yeah, we gotta lose a day of work anyway, so I might as well get a free meal. Yeah. But they found him guilty of the kidnapping, resulting in the death, and 2 counts of making false statements to the authorities. And also, during the sentencing, the jury could not unanimously agree on the sentence of death, and that's why he ended up with a sentence of life imprisonment. I really wish they should have...
But they couldn't actually charge him with murder, though, right? Because they didn't have a body?
I think that's what it was. Hey. They didn't have the... I feel like you should be able to charge people with that.
If you have no body, you can't even say that she was actually murdered.
But she ain't here, and her blood... a large amount of her blood is on this damn...
her body. You can't say that she...
But we know how much...
So we know that you kidnapped her.
We know how much blood can be outside of the body without you dying, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, when I heard it, I was like, fry them.
Of course.
Baking them.
Excuse you, ma'am. Those are my drinks.
And then, of course, because he is a piece of shit.
A rat bastard.
You know, he appeals.
He looks like a piece of shit.
He does, doesn't he? He looks like a... And oh my God. So if you guys go and you look at the photos of, like, the family... My heart just really goes out to that family, because that mom, you can see in the pictures the heartbreak.
She looks so sad.
I know. I just can't even take it. And then you know what I thought about, and this is just me and how my mind works. They're a Chinese family. The girl was born in the 90s. So didn't they have the rule where you can only have 2 kids anyway? In China.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times they only want the boy kids, but they clearly kept their daughter, who was the oldest. They loved that child. They loved their child, and her daughter had been here for only 2 months and came to America and got murdered.
Damn Americans.
Like, literally, how heartless could you be? Like, you literally, like, separate garbage bags and then, like, right into your apartment dumpster like it's just a normal trash day. Get real.
Yeah, he's a sick bastard. So that's what he claimed that he did.
No, she
but
just cursed him.
Mm-hmm.
She was scrolling and did this over his picture. She was cursing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so they like I said, I don't believe that they ever found her remains. After his attempted appeal, they did actually transfer him from the jail to a prison, federal maximum security prison in the southern part of Kentucky, and that is where he is to this day. And hopefully nothing ever happens that changes any kind of rules where this bastard can get out, because right now he has life without the possibility of parole. Yep.
We would have preferred death penalty, of course.
But he locked up.
He deserved a rotten hell.
Yep. But at least he's locked up where he belongs. Yep. And that is the story of our Yingying Zen.
Well,
rest in peace, beautiful.
Yep.
And wrap this up. That was a truly sad story.
That was sad. And then seeing a picture of her mama.
Yeah.
Rat bastard.
Yeah. But anyway, so that is our case, like I said, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right where you're seeing us right now. Like and subscribe. Leave comments, again, constructive ones.
Not mean ones.
If you want to leave us mean ones, you can email it to us or send it to the complaint department. And also, tell friends about us. Please spread the word. We appreciate those who are our main followers, who watch us, listen to us, interact with us because we really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
We do.
And you know, we enjoy any type of suggestions for stories. Please let us know if you have any stories that you want us to cover.
Yes, you can leave a comment or you can send it to our email, murkedinthemidwest@gmail.com.
You can join us on when we get on Facebook and Instagram live and interact with us when we do our mixed bag episodes. We like that too. We like
Yes, we do.
arguing sometimes.
We do.
All right.
But thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.